well, we made it safely to North Carolina. Over the next 2 weeks, we plan to take you with us through 9 states and 2,000 miles during a global pandemic. How did COVID-19 affect our travels, or did it even affect our travels?
Stay tuned to the end of the video because we've talked about RV angels before, and we ran into some this time on the road, a little different. You'll have to check it out. Welcome back to No Ordinary Path. If you're new here, let us know in the comments. We would love to welcome you to the channel. What is No Ordinary Path? Well, I'm a travel nurse. This is my beautiful wife, Kristen, and we have 3 kiddos and a dog. We take travel nursing contracts around the country, and we live outside of our 37-foot travel trailer that we have named Windy.
We had a pit stop to make before we even left Arizona.
Once again, getting a couple new shoes for Windy. If you guys recall, there's a lot of traffic noise here, so I apologize for that. But if you recall, we had taken her in to get the bracket fixed, on that back wheel or back axle, and the wear on the tires because of that being bent was pretty bad. So we took it into discount, and they are currently in the process of replacing it right here. So yeah, a couple new shoes before we head to North Carolina.
We're waiting on Wendy's getting her new tires, and we're gonna rotate mine here. Chloe's back here hanging out. That is Melly. Melly was handmade with love by my grandma, who we call her Grammy. Chloe's had Maribel for all her life, fortunately in Tucson, along with my stolen bike. We lost Maribel.
I lost Maribel. She wasn't with me in the hotel.
She wasn't?
Pretty fucked she was. You know what I think? I think she got taken.
Well, maybe another little girl's taking care of her.
Well, Mom, I want her back.
I know you do. For just a little while, Melly and Maribel were best friends. But now that Maribel is gone, Melly is the new Maribel. Melly goes everywhere with us, and we have to be very careful not to lose her because she's very special. Because of the COVID situation, they're having everybody pull their vehicles in and pull them out so that nobody's getting inside your vehicle, protecting us and protecting them, which is nice, but it also means that you have to stay here 100% of the time and wait for your turn to pull in. Driving on the road, there's lots of signs and stuff that stay home. Of course, we're in a shelter in place here in Arizona, but there's still a lot of traffic out here. And it makes you wonder, how many are actually essential traveling right now. For the most part, it really looks like business as usual out here.
'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. You should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day.
We are stopping at the side of gas station basically right now and filling up, getting ready to head out towards North Carolina. We got a long trip ahead of us. We're going to cross through several state borders, and we were thinking that this is a good place probably to stop and get the stuff out that Atlas said to take with us so that we're safe as we cross through some of those borders. I don't know if we'll get pulled over in terms of, because I have what looks like a big recreational vehicle. It is, but we're using it as a house.
Our home.
So they've been kind enough to provide us with letters of transit, I guess, that says that, I'm an essential worker. Please let me pass, don't ticket me. And I also have a copy of my contract, which if your company doesn't give you one of those letters, they say is also probably good just to have.
Yeah, and I've got a letter also as the tag along.
As the chaser.
as the chaser.
Yeah. Welcome to New Mexico. Land of enchantment.
Bye, Arizona! stretching their legs on these piles of gravel right here, and they were trying to get the trucks to honk their horns, and none of the trucks honked their horns, but then an Amtrak train came by, like a passenger train, and they waved at it and it totally honked at us and made their day. That was fun. We love having an onboard bathroom, and during the COVID-19 pandemic, it was extremely helpful. We didn't go into any of the truck stop bathrooms. We used our bathroom 100% of the time, which is normal for us anyways. And the nice thing is since we got rid of that table in there, the door opens from the inside perfectly.
Look at all this around. Since we knocked the booth out, we got all this extra room.
And what can we do now that we couldn't do before?
Usually the door would go like right here and we would have to go like this and in. But now...
Sweet, now we can open the door fully. Have complete access to the bathroom with the slide closed.
Crossing the state borders, we knew we were going to probably come across something, and Texas was our biggest concern just because it had been in the news and stuff. Unfortunately for footage sake, but fortunately, we didn't have any issues whatsoever.
Welcome to Texas! Yay! Welcome to Texas! Going through Texas, we got stopped at a border patrol station, and I was sure that I was going to have to whip out the papers, but they just waved us by, and it was more like a drive-through. We were kind of a little bit disappointed. Have we mentioned how not morning people we are? We thought it was 8 o'clock, but because of the time change, it's 10 o'clock. And then it took us over an hour to get up and moving and out. So now it's 11 and there's no breakfast anywhere. I know the playground is fully blocked off over there. Closed down. I don't even know if you can go inside to use the restroom or not. Texas is huge. We're never gonna get through Texas.
I hate the virus.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Because every single park that I want to go to is closed.
I know, that's super sad. I'm sorry, honey.
I wish that everything would be open.
What would you
Even
do?
the whole earth. Even America is not open.
I know America's not open. What would you do at the playground? What do you miss the most?
I miss the swings.
The swings. It's cloudy here. It's kind of chilly. Everyone's getting jackets. We're taking a little bathroom break, and we're parked right next to this big old oil rig. What's interesting is that some of the rest stops are closed. You can go in and you can park, but you can't use the bathroom or the water fountains or anything, which is interesting because we have everything on board, but I would think that truckers would need a place to go to the bathroom unless they have them on board. I'm not really sure. And then a lot of obviously all of fast food and everything, it's just drive-thrus that are open. So for truck drivers that need to stop and get food, they have to physically walk through the drive-thru, which is usually not something that they will do. They won't. A lot of times restaurants won't serve you through the drive-thru unless you're in a vehicle. So I don't know how that's working out for them, which is interesting. And then some of the gas stations that we stopped at, particularly Love's, has their entire coffee and soft drink section all blocked off. And what they're doing is they're having an attendant stand there and take orders for you, so you can't even get your own like drinks at a lot of the places that we stopped at. Some of them, like the Pilot we were at today, it was no big deal, like it was fine, but every single one that we stopped at definitely has like a big shield barrier between the cashier and the customer. There's also a lot of highway patrol out. I think I counted 12 cop cars pulling people over, which was a ton.
One of the other great things about being able to travel with the RV through this right now is that, you know, when you bring your home with you, you have so many options of where you can stay, and we were able to really avoid a lot of social interaction by staying in places like dispersed camping. You know, we did lot dock one time in an area that was kind of a big parking area behind a McDonald's in Texas, but there still was no one around us, and we continued to use all of our own resources. There was no hookups to power or anything like that. We boondocked essentially the whole way there.
Yeah, and we utilized dispersed camping in like national forest and BLM land and even a county park one of the nights.
Yep.
And we found them all through freecampsites.net, which is how we find most of our boondocking sites. And if you want more information on our specific step-by-step instructions on how we find a spot, you can check that out up here. Didn't really realize that this was going to be such a busy place. The review said that it was a pretty sleepy little fishing lake pond, except for today is Saturday, and there's a lot of trailers and boats here, and someone who parked real close to Wendy, like turned in to park right next to Wendy in the grass. It's nuts. I probably should have parked my van in the grass right there, but I thought that I was being rude to park in the grass, so I parked in the spot. But turns out I should have parked in the grass. Other side of the highway, there is some kind of a mobile unit up on top of an overpass, and there are police officers on the side of the road. I'm not sure if they're stopping traffic as it goes through. Time for some more gas. $1.31 here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Look at this. $22.21 to fill my tank. I have not seen gas this low in so long. John's looking up a spot for us to land next. We made it into Louisiana just fine. No stops. Getting out of Louisiana, we're not sure. On the road again. Just arrived and we're basically staying the night in a swamp. Should be interesting. There's supposed to be thunderstorms tomorrow. Camping in a swamp. I gotta say, I love the mountains. I love beaches. I even love the desert. But I don't know if I love the swamp. The kids keep looking to see if they can spy a gator. We are here at a truck stop getting lunch and getting gas, and just around the corner there is a family with a sign that says "Thank you, truckers," and they're passing out treats to all these truckers here, which is just like so heartwarming. It's such a welcome sight after all of the like signs and everything that's like stay home, stay apart, la la la, you know, and then to see that and just like feel the atmosphere is just so much more positive. It's really cool. I'm shamelessly gonna go over there and talk to them and thank them for their kindness. That is so sweet of you. Do you mind if you're on my YouTube channel?
Oh, I don't care at all.
Okay.
There we go.
Awesome. That is so sweet. So how many packs do you guys have? And
Well, we gave out about 50 a couple days ago, and so we made 100 yesterday.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
I know. They're all so appreciative.
Yeah, that's so wonderful.
They're working so hard.
They are. Most of the people we see are truckers on the road, so
I know.
yeah.
Some rest areas are closed.
Yes. Okay, she insisted that you take one as a travel nurse. I don't know what it says yet.
Thank you, truckers. Your service to our country is important and valuable. We appreciate you. The Lord bless you, keep you, make his face to shine upon you, be gracious to you, turn his face toward you, give you peace.
Wow, that just gave me chills.
Says Acts Outreach Ministries.
Okay, I'm gonna get all like spiritual for a second. I know. Okay, almost every morning I wake up with the same prayer in my head, which is, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance and give you peace, which is a prayer that, you know, at our home church is said after every service at the end. And when I was a child growing up, it was also the priestly prayer said at the end of each service. And
They gave you one.
they insisted that John take one of these as a travel nurse. And guess what prayer is written on this?
They gave Dad one.
The same thing. Woo! Got chills. I got chills. God is good. I'm still like reeling. It's just so cool that like John came over here and he was like, yep, he's just poking you again, just saying, I'm still here, I see you, I see you. That was just so sweet. They came back by and
I got a puppy toy.
wanted to meet John and tell him thank you, and it was just really, really sweet of them. And then she asked if she could pray for us, which was like just, it was so awesome. And so she prayed over us, and they're making more bags to take around. From Louisiana on, we had more to contend with than just COVID-19 worries.
Yeah, no kidding.
We-
It was, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was major storms, you guys. Like, we're talking entire states worth of a cell. This journey took so long that we're dividing it into 2 videos, so you'll have to stay tuned next week to see how we contended with all of that craziness.
Yes. Like, run! That's how you deal with it.
Okay.
All right, you tell them thank you.
Well, thank you. No, seriously, you guys, all joking aside, we really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. We know that there's a whole lot of stuff out there on YouTube right now. We know that there is a lot of time to be spent elsewhere. We are glad that you were here. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. If you're new to NOP, let us know. We would love to welcome you to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button. That always helps the videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the like and the bell for notifications if you want those. So stay tuned to next week, and we'll see you out there.
Cause all